Welcome to the Pre-Snap Podcast presented by LineStar, your top 5 NFL prop picks for Week 11. Alongside my co-host, Tyler Wiemann, I am Shannon Sommerville. We've got some great picks for you straight from the PropsAI tool on the LineStar app. Also, our picks are available on Underdog Fantasy, PrizePicks, Sleeper, Chalkboard. If you don't have those apps, go ahead and download them. The links are below and use the promo code LineStar for up to $100 of your first deposit match. Last week on the show in Week 10, we crushed our picks overall for the week. We were 3-2 on this show. And on this show specifically, where we highlight the 5 best player prop picks across all sportsbooks, we are 31-18 this season. So doing pretty well. Across all of our shows, every single Monday night, Thursday night, all the shows that we do, we are 84-73 overall. So we're starting to get some traction here on the Pre-Snap podcast with some good picks. Remember to comment below. A comment enters you into our prop bets contest, whereby if we hit all 5 of our props, one randomly selected commenter will win $200. We announced a winner for our Underdog Pick'em show last week. We were 5-0 on that show. So hopefully we can carry that momentum into Week 11 with our prop picks here today. And we've got some good picks for you here. We're going to start things off with the New York Giants. And Tyler, before I get into the player that we're going to talk about, one thing I did want to note off the top is that I don't love the Giants offense, especially since they're led by a quarterback, Tommy DeVito, who apparently still lives with his parents and his mom makes his bed every day. Did you hear that story, Tyler?
She also makes his dinner. He gets home from practice and his food's ready for him.
Well, I think Saquon Barkley has his own house, or at least he should, because he got paid $11 million for this year. But nonetheless, that's where we're headed for our prop bet. Probably the only player on the Giants you can kind of rely on week in and week out. And we are relying on him in Week 11 here to clear the over on 68.5 rushing yards. LineStar is projecting Saquon to have 76.3. The consensus also favoring the over there. Saquon's averaging just over 81 rush yards per game. And he's going up against a Washington Commanders defense that is a very watered down version of itself. Remember, they shipped off Chase Young to the 49ers and Montez Sweat to the Bears. So it's just a shell of what it once was. Since then, we've seen Ramondre Stevenson have 87. Kenneth Walker had 63. Although that offense was a bit more predicated on the passing game in that game against the Commanders, and that this game, when you're looking at this Giants team, they're predicated on Saquon Barkley. They're not going to do anything but rush the ball in this one. What do you see for Saquon here?
Yeah, I mean, right now Saquon is literally their offense. They live and die by Saquon Barkley. Yeah. He's going to get as much work as he possibly can. The only way I see him not hitting this number is if the Commanders get up real quick with a 2-3 score lead, and then the Giants are forced to throw the ball, which we know they can't do very well.
Got to go to Saquon here. I mean, he's been pretty reliable. The quad father will not do us wrong here. I'm feeling it. All right, let's go to our next pick. We're going to another guy who has not let us down. I don't think we've been picking him week in and week out. I don't think he has missed his prop once since we picked him, but it is Buccaneers wide receiver Mike Evans, over 55.5 receiving yards. That's around -125 in your sports books, and averaging just over 80 or just under 82 receiving yards per game. He's gone over in 6 of 9 games this season. Mike Evans has just been such a reliable receiver, great chemistry with Baker Mayfield. And even though he's going up against a really good San Francisco 49ers defense, when you look a little bit closer at the numbers, they actually have been giving up a lot of yards to opposing wide receiver ones, which was something that when we looked into was a bit surprising to me. What do you make of Mike Evans' prospects for Week 11 here against the 49ers?
Yeah, this 49ers team has been giving up a lot of yards over the last 4 weeks. They've given up 188.5 yards to the wide receiver. You know, Mike Evans is the wide receiver one. Baker Mayfield's going to be looking at him, all afternoon long, and he's their big play guy. He is the way that they're really moving down the field. He's consistent. He's getting a lot of targets week in and week out, and I think we can go back to him.
All right, another guy we're going back to. We picked him on our Underdog Fantasy Pick'em show, and we're picking him here as well because that's how confident we are that he's going to hit the over on rushing yards. Josh Jacobs, over 61.5 rushing yards In fact, he's averaging 62.2 rushing yards per game. He's been over in 4 of the last 6 games, just had 116 against the Jets, going up against a Miami defense that ranks 26th in rush defense DVOA. In a good spot here going up against Miami. Also, we talked a little bit on our Underdog Pick'em show about the coaching change and how that has really benefited Josh Jacobs here. Seems like Antonio Pierce is really committed to running the ball. What do you make of his prospects here going up against the Miami Dolphins?
Yeah, Coach Pierce obviously just wants them to run the ball.
Yeah.
Josh Jacobs has 26 and 27 carries as Pierce being the head coach. And Miami's given up 89 yards per game to the running back. We know Josh Jacobs is going to get, 95% of the touches. So that 89 yards is pretty much just going to him. So I like this line, 61.5. It's one of my favorite props for the entire week.
All right, lock it in there. Make sure to tail us an Underdog Fantasy Prize Pick Sleeper Chalkboard. Use that promo code LineStar for up to $100 of your deposit match. Those are 3 picks from LineStar's PropsAI tool. It's an awesome tool that'll help you find the best value in the prop market. Basically compares LineStar's projections to what's out there in all of the different sports books. So make sure you take a look at that tool. We also have some videos on our YouTube page about how to use it and how we use it every day to pick props on our show. So make sure you check that out as well. So those are LineStar's 3 picks. Now it is time for Tyler and I to go head to head with our picks. Tyler, where are you headed for week 11 for your best prop pick?
I'm going to go with LA Rams wide receiver 2 Puka Nacua over 66 or 65.5 yards. It's minus 115. Now Puka in this same matchup, week 1, we took him for over receptions. He definitely hit that, and he has been crushing all season long. And I love him once again in this spot, just at a way higher number at 65. But he's averaging 91.8 yards per game. He's been over in 6 of 9. He had 119 yards, or sorry, Tutu Atwell had 119 yards versus them week 1, who at that point was the wide receiver 2. And now Stafford's back. Seahawks 20th in pass DVOA. I like the spot. Puka's going to hit it again.
It all comes full circle. See, you believed in this guy from day one, and we have the tape to prove it. All right. For my prop bet, I am going to Jags wide receiver Calvin Ridley over 48.5 receiving yards. LineStar's projecting Ridley for just under 63 receiving yards and going up against a Tennessee defense that ranks 31st in pass defense DVOA. They have been allowing opposing wide receiver 1s to absolutely torch them. This is a prop that I target each and every week, and it is hit for every single one, all but one. And it was that Thursday night game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. George Pickens had like -1 receiving yards, but that was the only one. Every other wide receiver 1 has gone over. I expect that Trevor Lawrence is going to find Calvin Ridley. I think he's going to get open, and he's such a big play threat that he could easily clear this over here. I know he has been a little bit inconsistent. A lot of fantasy owners are a little frustrated with the fact that one week he'll have over 100 and next week he'll have like 20. So I get the frustration there, but for this week, I think this is Calvin Ridley's week. I think you're going to see him clear that over. Tyler, I know you had some hesitations that you like maybe like Christian Kirk here. I think that's not a bad play as well, but I think that the Tennessee Titans, the way they play defense, I think Calvin Ridley could torch him here. I'm feeling it.
Yeah, and I don't mind this play. The one thing I would say if I was betting this one is I would probably just hit his alt yards. All year, what he's done is he's either got 80 or 30, or 100 or 30. So just
that's a great way to play
get some plus money.
Yeah, there you go. All right, those are our top 5 picks. We also had some other picks. I think we will drop those in the comments for you guys. Hey, it's all of our notes that we get ready for this show. We spend hours going through all of the props, using the PropsAI tool and doing all this research. So we're going to drop some research below. Do with it what you will. And hopefully you guys can win some money. Again, all you need to do to enter into our prop bets contest is like this video, subscribe to our channel, and comment below. $200 is yours if we go 5-0. So let's do it here in week 11. I'm feeling our picks this week. Feeling good about it. Let's go into Thanksgiving week on a high note. Got to get ready for this turkey day. Let's go, Tyler.
Yep, let's do it.
Good luck, everybody. We'll see you next week.